Mariah, your dairy safe vegan, coming to you from my brand new kitchen. I'm still not fully unpacked, but we are getting there. So today I'm gonna film another what I eat in a day while vegan and trying to conceive, but also simple meals that I eat when I'm super busy. I'm a full-time working mom. I do work from home, but I do a lot of travel with customers. I have a 9-year-old. I have a husband that likes to eat dinner. So I'm just gonna film what I eat in a day and you know, the healthier things I'm eating while trying to conceive and have baby number 2. So I hope you like this video. We're gonna get right into it. Don't forget, if you like the video, to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that little bell notification so that you're notified when I upload new videos, and let's get eating. So I don't know about you, but I like to start off every single day with a cup of coffee. Sometimes I'll have 2. This is actually a big improvement for me. I used to drink a lot more coffee than this in a day, but I have heard while trying to conceive, it's good to limit your caffeine intake. So I just have 1, maybe 2 really great cups of coffee. I actually use a blend of beans that my family uses in their coffee shop in Daytona Beach called Finnegan's Wake Up, and it is so good. And then I always put oat milk in my coffee. I like oat milk for coffee because it's a little sweeter, and it's just like the perfect little bit of creamer for my coffee. So that's gonna get my day started. Then a couple hours later, usually I'll do breakfast. I don't like to eat breakfast first thing in the morning. So it's usually around 10 or 11 o'clock actually that I'm eating anything more than my cup of coffee. Y'all have seen me make this smoothie before. I make it pretty much the same way all the time. If you haven't seen me make it before, I pretty much just do greens, berries, pineapple because it's good for uterine health, banana for sweetness. I didn't have dark sweet cherries today, so I just did the banana. Maca powder I use as a hormone balancer, and it helps against free radicals. And then I use my hemp seeds for my healthy omega fats and protein. And then I was gonna use oat milk, but I actually had tried to make a smoothie before I made this one, and my container got stuck. So I had to wait for my husband to get home to unscrew it. So instead of oat milk, I used some coconut cream and a vegan chocolate pudding. I don't know. And then I just put water in. It actually turned out tasting really good, but I was concerned about this smoothie, I'm gonna be honest. And if you don't have a Ninja blender, I'm telling you, you guys, if you're into smoothies like I am, or even smoothie bowls, it's such a good blender. So while my smoothie is blending, I'm gonna start cleaning up. I just find it's easier to clean as you go, or you end up with a big mess, and that's no fun. Although I did forget the coconut cream. And then I also decided to have a bagel with breakfast today. So I love everything bagels. I don't think I ever buy anything else. And then I have this really good Mykonos or Miyoko's Unlocks Your Dreams vegan cream cheese. If you haven't tried it, it's so good. I got mine at Trader Joe's. I would have put capers on my bagel this morning, but I didn't have any. So I sliced some really good fresh tomato. Tomatoes this time of year are just delicious. They're that really bright red color. They're really, really good for fertility for women, but also for men. So for women, they're really high in folate, which is great for fertility. But for men, they really help with their sperm count and speed, apparently. So I told my husband he doesn't like tomatoes, but he's got to start eating them. So I just had a simple breakfast, bagel with some cream cheese and tomato, and then my smoothie, and it was really good and really, really filling. I like it when I can make simple food, but it still like looks really pretty. I so much eat with my eyes and not just flavor that I need my food to like look appealing on a plate, even if it's simple. I added a little salt and pepper to the tomatoes just to add a little extra flavor. I find vegan cream cheese in general needs a little extra seasoning, so pro tip from me, if you get it, just season it up a little bit. So good. And I just ate my breakfast while editing some videos. Then later in the day, I wanted a snack. I was kind of craving chocolate this day, so I have these little Larabar bites in my fridge just for the days I'm craving chocolate. They're really tasty. They're not that bad for you, very few ingredients, and they definitely curb my sweet tooth in a much healthier way than if I had bought a candy bar. And then lunch was just leftovers from the burritos the night before. Rice, beans, veggies, again, more tomatoes. I also just was on a tomato kick this day. I could have eaten just tomatoes. Now this guacamole looks funky, but it's just because it was in the fridge for one day. It's still good to eat, and avocado is really, really healthy for you. And I just added a little Just Ranch and some cilantro, and that was my super simple filling lunch. And for dinner, we had so little time. Tofu was on sale at the local Metro Market actually for 89 cents a block. So I actually bought 3 blocks, and I decided that I would make a vegan egg salad with it. I haven't tried this before, and after I got home from the grocery store, I realized I didn't have any yellow mustard in my fridge. So I'll just start out by saying definitely was good, but will be so much better when made with the proper mustard. So I just used 1 block of tofu, and it fed my son, my husband, and I. And then I crumbled the tofu, crumbled with a fork. And then I seasoned the tofu before I added any of the wet ingredients. I wanted to be sure to really mix in the seasoning well. For an egg flavor, I picked up this black salt from a local Indian restaurant, or not restaurant, grocer. I had never used it before, so I made sure to use just a little bit. I didn't want it to be overpowering. It was so weird to me. I opened that bag and it smelled straight like hard-boiled eggs. So I used probably a little under 1/4 teaspoon of this black salt. In the future, I'll probably use a little more than 1/4 teaspoon, and I think it'll be the perfect ratio. But like I said, it was the first time I used it, and I definitely didn't want to overpower the dish with too much of the black salt. So I just incorporated the spices really well and then added my mustard and vegan mayo. And you might not know, but tofu is really high in vitamin D, which is a really, really important nutrient when you're trying to conceive. So this is a really good dish. It's high in protein, it's low, no cholesterol, no fat, no nothing else, and super high in vitamin D. So tofu is a really good meal when you're trying to conceive. I like to add a little paprika to my egg salad because it makes me think of deviled eggs, and those were one of my favorite things. I actually am going to work on making like a vegan take on a deviled egg just to see if I can recreate one of my favorite appetizers, but veganized. If you guys have actually done that before and successfully done it, I would love if you would tell me how, because I would love to try out all of your recipes. I always am playing in the kitchen and trying new things, but I also like to try other people's recipes. Then because I didn't have yellow mustard, I wanted to give it more of a yellow color, so I added just a little bit of turmeric to it. This is really good for inflammation and like a million other things too, so I'll probably always add it to my egg salad, but it did give it more of the color I was looking for. I know I'm mixing a lot here, but I was really concerned about that black salt being in a clump, so I mixed it really extra well. And then I just assembled our sandwiches. I used this really good rye bread that you guys have seen in previous videos. I love it. It's from a local grocer. They put coarse salt on the outside along with the caraway seeds, and it just is so, so good. So I love this rye bread, and I use it all the time. And they sliced it for me, so I didn't have to deal with that. This was like the easiest dinner of all time. And I think I've told you guys before, but I'm still working on being good at filming myself making food. So I just made like a little adjustment there so you could actually see what I was doing. I put a healthy amount of tofu on each of the sandwiches to make sure everybody was getting a good amount of food. Another little sprinkle of paprika. Then I got these great baby greens. Greens are super important just in everyday, but especially when you're trying to conceive, just making sure you're getting all your micronutrients is so critical. So many people focus on the macronutrients, but you guys, I'm telling you, focus on the micro, the vitamins, the minerals, every single thing. Those are so super important. And then with my sandwich, I just had some pineapple because if I did get lucky and conceive the cycle, I'm gonna wanna make sure my uterine wall lining is nice and thick. So pineapple is really important for that. So ever since I have gotten past my ovulation, I've been making